Hello, my moderator friends. This is going to be a quick informal video about crafting and when you get a craft request, how you calculate the value of the new gear that's crafted. I just due to lack of time, I don't have too much time to script of a formal video. Um, and so, as you may have known, I wrote a program um, for helping you do various different tasks that you can run on a computer if you have Python downloaded. Python is a programming language, and you need to have the interpreter installed on your computer to be able to run this program that I made. It's completely safe to do. Program or Python's a um, reliable company. And you should have no problems with downloading it. Um, they actually recently updated their version of Python, which version I did not code this program in, so the program may not work in this new version. It has a good chance of working, but it might not. Guys will have to let me know if when you're trying to run the program if it's crashing a lot. So what you want to do first is download the Python interpreter. You head to www.python.org. Um, hello. Um, and then head to the download section, just in the tab right here. And then right underneath that will appear a download for the latest version of Windows, and you can just download it, and it's version 3.6.5. Now this is the newer one, the one that I didn't code the program in, so it may not work like I said before, but it does still have a good chance because they usually don't change too much from version to version. Once you've done that, in the guidebook, I have a link to the Dropbox um, where this program can be downloaded from. Once Python is all downloaded and set up and installed, you can head to this Dropbox and you hit this download button up here in the corner. It will download the program. You can save it to your desktop just anywhere you want, and then you'll be able to run the program. Let's see. Here's my copy of the program right here. So to run the program, you just simply double click on it, and boom, the program starts to run. It's a very simple program. What you want to do, specifically when you're crafting, you enter in option 2, which is crafting. It'll ask for the star rating of the gear that has been crafted. So say they are crafting a level 1 gear, you would put 1. It's going to ask if it's a weapon or armor, so if it's affecting their weapon power stat or the resistance level stat, put either in 1 or 2. 1 is for weapon, 2 is for armor. So for this example, I'll just put in weapon, so 1. Then it'll ask the job of the character. It'll ask if the character's warrior, smith, or medicine cat, and so in this case I'm going to say warrior, which is also 1. And then it'll give you a new weapon power. In this case, it got a pretty low number, which is 6. Then it'll ask if you're using a star material. If not, then just hit no. And then it will restate the new weapon power. And then you can repeat the process as many times as you need if they're crafting multiple things. So we'll just do that again. Star rating, we'll say it's 2 this time. We'll say it's an armor for a medicine cat. There's no star, or no, we'll use star material. And it'll ask for the star material rating because each star material has a certain rating. Same as gear. It has a rating 1 through 5, and so we'll just say it's 2. And it'll give the total weapon power, which in this case is 377. And then you can return to the main menu. Now this program does other things which we'll go over later. in later videos, but I just wanted to quickly get this out of the way. Now, if for whatever reason this program isn't working, or you don't have access to a computer that can do this, that's okay, because crafting is a really simple task that you just need to get a few random numbers from. So if they're crafting and you can't use the program, go ahead and look at the guidebook. If they're crafting a level 1 gear for, say, a smith, you look, and they're crafting a weapon, so weapon power, you look at the number range. So in this case, I've highlighted it's range 1 to 150. So somehow on most phones, even you can generate a random number, and just generate one random number between 1 and 150. And whatever that number happens to be, that's the new number for their crafting item, or for their new gear. And if you're adding a star material in the section below the gear section, there is the names of the different star materials and their values, which also are random numbers. So we're using a small fallen star. I have the value highlighted. It's a number between 1 and 100. And so you would just end up adding the two values together once you generate both of them randomly. So say that the small fallen star gave you the number 50, and the level 1 gear for the smith gave you 100. So the total would be 150 for the new weapon. I'll also briefly go a little more in depth with you guys about the gear ID. I've written it out, and I think I've explained it pretty well in the guidebook what each part of the gear ID means, but I'll just quickly go over it with you guys. So here's an example ID I created. It's hashtag ID E012405818WR100. Now that looks like really complicated, but it's very easy to read if you know what you're looking at. So obviously the hashtag ID just indicates that it's the beginning of a gear tag. The capital E in this case stands for Eagle Shout. If I were creating gear for someone, or if I was monitoring and helping them with their crafting request, I would put the first letter of my username inside the ID as the first character after hashtag ID. So in my case, since my username is Eagle Shout, I put an E, and that way we just know who helped create this gear. The next two numbers, the 01 is the amount of gear you created as of the day you started crafting this gear. So in this case 01 would mean this is the first item I am crafting this day. And then the next 4 characters after that 01 is actually just today's date, whatever date you're crafting the item. So in this case, it's the 24th of May, which is 05, and so we're going by day, month, year, not month, day, year. So the 24th day of May of 2018. So that's where the 240518 comes from. Then right after that, the next letter, W, that stands for what class that this gear what job this gear belongs to. And in this case, the W stands for warrior, so that means only warriors can equip this gear. And then if it's gear for smith, then it would be an S, and if it's gear for a medicine cat, it would be M. And then the next letter, it indicates what kind of gear, whether it's a weapon or armor. If it's a weapon, it will be a W, and if it's an armor, it will be an R. So W for weapon power, and then R for resistance level. And then the last number after that number, all numbers that come after that indicate um, the the power rating of that gear. So in this case, an R100, that means its resistance. This gear is an armor, and its resistance level is at 100. So hopefully that makes sense. If you, it's pretty easy once you just read through it. Once you make a few, you'll probably understand. You'll be able to read these pretty easily. Here at the very bottom, you can I kind of gave an example of how I was able to. You can read this. I'll give an example. The example. This is the same ID. It basically reads, Eagle Shout oversaw the creation of a piece of gear. This was his first one on the 25th of May 2018. It's a warrior gear with a resistance level rating of 100. And so that's basically how you read those tags. And that's all I think I need to put in for this video. So thank you for listening to me rambling. Yeah, sorry this was pretty unscripted. I'm running out of time, and I'm super tired because I've been working my graveyard shifts, and I haven't really slept for too long because I'm trying to get all this stuff done in preparation for possibly tonight opening the real play, or at the latest tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'll let you guys go, and hopefully this makes sense to you. Have a good one.